Hey everybody, just a few things before I let Taylor get to the summary. I wanted to let you all know that we have dropped Facebook from our social medias. We don't use it in any meaningful way, so we're just not going to use it at all. In its stead, we have spun up a new Discord server that you can come chat with us at. You can get that invite from the show notes on this episode, or from our website, goblinsandgambles.com. We also will be releasing the next arc of Hell's Horses come the long weekend of September, Labor Day weekend. There's going to be, I believe, 5 episodes ready for your consumption then. We also have a new adventure coming up with a various number of Canadian podcasts, and you can find out more at sorryadventure.ca, and we'll have a proper promo for that dropping in the feed soon. Thank you, and I will chat with you sometime soon.
Last week we attempted to schmooze the trees out of the dryad early because we didn't believe it should take a month. And then we got fucked up by some dude and his cat. We killed another pet. That was the grand overarching thing. We killed someone else's pet. First Bobby the spider, and now Cat the Billy. We've killed. We're pet killers.
Yeah.
If you don't want your pet anymore, let him loose in our kingdom. We will kill it for you, no charge.
Not even in the kingdom. Somewhere near the kingdom is good enough.
You know who should have been king in Kingmaker for us? Is Bob Barker. Because remember, have your pet spayed and neutered so the party doesn't kill them or their offspring.
Yeah, that's what happened. You guys ran into a crazy hermit who you killed his pet cat, and then he fucked off into the woods very fast.
Yes, he did.
Hermit crazy here. So you guys just gonna make me sit in that, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you there.
Anyways, what do you guys want to do? You left.
We want to explore this goddamn fucking keep.
No. Back by the Murk River, where we found that hermit's like encampment, there was more signs of stuff made out of bone and all that, with this strange bone cloak that we have to get identified when we get back to town. We need to go and like find this guy.
As a note, I actually listened to the episode today on my way home from work. Man had bone shoulder plates and other trinkets of bone. Yeah. He also had potions on his belt that I'm really upset I didn't try to steal.
Yeah, we should go back to his encampment and like wait him out.
That was what we were talking about at the end of the episode. We followed back and we were getting ready to like try and jump this guy. So
okay, so you guys want to head back to his camp?
Yeah, I want to try and survival check. I'm very good at following tracks. I'd love to try and split off from these two, follow him enough so that when they're in position, I can kind of weed him out, like scare him out of the brush, and do a clearing for them so that we have him surrounded, because he was crazy fast.
Way faster than us. Like he's got to have like some like feats or skills to like travel through brush.
Special boots.
Goddamn crazy.
I'm calling it special bone boots.
He's got special sandals.
GM handwave boots, not the droids. Anyways, so I'll let you, if you want to split off and have them head back on their own and you want to follow his tracks, you can do that.
Okay.
I will take your survival check. And you boys, I will take perception checks for when you arrive at the tree that he was living in.
We still have horses, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I want me and Marcus to like go as quick as we can on our horses and everything.
And I'll go on foot.
Yeah, so we'll have his horse with us. Hope Pigglon can... So what check did you want from us?
Perception for you guys and survival for Liam.
18 on the survival check.
Total?
To follow tracks, yeah.
Sure.
I rolled real bad.
You lose him in a river about 25 minutes after you start tracking him. So he's made a fair distance.
And we were about like an hour away from his encampment, or a little more?
2 or 3.
2 or 3? Okay. Then I'm going to continue in kind of a wide arc back towards there. So I'm not coming at it from the same direction, at least. And I'm going to... Sure. I guess I can't really be stealthy, but I'm going to be head on a swivel.
Sounds good. And perception, boys.
Dirty 20.
19.
Dirty 20 and a 19.
Get wrecked. You suck.
Yeah. You've arrived and all of the things you've left are still there.
Okay.
You've definitely beaten him back. You did leave some gifts, I believe, and a note.
Yep.
Yeah.
5 arrows, 5 gold. You blessed his tree.
Yeah. I'm going to take my stuff back.
I am going to, on the way back, I'm not there yet, but I want to have it known, I have my buckler on my right hand and I have my long spear in both hands.
Sure.
Okay. Marcus, take the take the animals off into the trees a bit and try to hide them a bit. I'm going to try to hide in the tree. You cover the outside and I'll cover the inside for when he arrives. Does that seem like a plan?
I mean, sure. Seems like a plan.
Okay.
Off Marcus goes to
Whatever you say, Your Highness.
Yeah.
I love just picturing how shitty Marcus is.
It's not totally shitty. Come on.
You would be to the guy that tried to murder you repeatedly.
You're right.
Threatened your life.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to cast Bark Skin on myself. It's going to last for 40 minutes, so you let me know if
Sure.
it works. But I'm also going to try to hide myself in his place as best I can, but still see the entrance. I'm going to have my weapons ready to go.
Just stand like a hieroglyph back up against the tree.
Yes.
I'd picture it like one of those bucket seats, but in a tree where you could like curl up and so you're like, I'm hiding, and you're 3/4 exposed.
Okay. So the 40 minutes pass with nothing crazy going on. Marcus sitting in the woods and ran on her way back. You're probably still at least an hour out, if not more, since you're not on horseback and they were.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to catch up with them in, we'll call it 2 hours. What else would you like to do? You got an hour and 20 minutes until Anoran arrives.
Can I, now that I've crossed the river, make an attempt at all to find his tracks again?
Sure. Same survival check.
Roll like the same number, or can I?
No, you can roll. Sorry, roll a survival check.
This one's a bit better. It's an 11 on the die for a 21.
21? Yeah. Nothing fresh.
Are there any that look like they'd be his tracks, though, even if they're older?
Yes.
I would like to deviate.
Okay.
And follow them. See if there's places he goes that maybe he's taking an alternate path to.
Sure. Yeah.
Is this thing in a clearing? Is his little tree?
Not really. Not clearing enough.
Okay.
Obviously enough to like have it stand out a little bit, but it's still in the woods.
Okay. Once I have the horses situated, Marcus would like to just kind of start doing like a loop around quietly. Just maybe the guy is, smartened up and he's just watching his house being like, yes, good.
Sure. So perception while you're doing that then. And stealth.
All right. Do stealth first. Thank God I did stealth first. That is going to be a dirty 20.
Okay. That's real bad for you. What'd you roll? 2?
I rolled a 9.
Okay.
And perception, not much better. It's going to be a 19 again.
You catch an owl flitting out of a tree and flying away.
What do I think it's spooked by me or something else? Or do I think it's spooked
by
at all?
you while you're walking around.
Okay. And that's it.
Okay.
That was a question to you. That's it. I've seen my roundabout.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it. Anoran, you have followed this older path to a trap. And in the trap is a small lizard.
Oh, I thought you were like, and there's no way you could roll it because it's a bear trap, and we all know how penetrable it is.
Like a hunting trap.
Owlbear trap.
A small lizard?
Small lizard.
Tell me what this should be. Is this I want to see if this is part of a larger trap. Is that perception or sense motive?
Perception for sure.
Okay.
You can't sense the motive of a trap. It's not like the lizard has intentions.
Well, I mean, like, if I'm to understand it's the fella, it's like, is this sense motive would be to be like, I'd rather the perception, so I'm not going to argue it. I was thinking, like, do I think he'd be eating lizards, or do I think he would be trying to catch bigger game? Since he had a puma. Perception is going to be 16.
It looks like this lizard has been trapped in like this little rat trap cage thing.
Is it dead?
That's about it. Yeah, definitely dead. Yeah.
I'm going to leave it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like tuck myself away for maybe, I shouldn't be separated for too long. I'm gonna make mental note of where this is and make my way back towards the tree.
Okay. So I put you at least 2.5 hours from the tree. Eric, Taylor, anything you guys want to do while waiting for Anoran?
Like I said, just going to keep kind of circling, keeping a lookout for this guy in case he tries to circle back.
Sure.
I think after like an hour and a half ish, Baynard kind of gets bored. He starts just searching the tree itself to see if there's anything we missed.
Sure. Yeah. Perception.
16.
Nothing sticks out. There's no disturbed ground where anything might be buried or anything like that.
There's no like secrets to it.
No, it's a smallish tree that he's made into a tent, essentially.
Yeah. I wonder if he's got other tents around and this isn't just the only one. It
looks well lived in, just like the last time you were here.
But he might also know we were here. I don't know. Who knows? He might not even come back. So yeah, I'm definitely just gonna hang out until Anoran gets back.
Anoran, you make it back to the clearing, and the guys haven't encountered anything. Just that one owl that flew away while Marcus was wandering around. Normal wildlife stuff. Squirrels are very angry, as always.
The hermit had traps set up far and wide. The one I found with game in it was about 2, maybe 3 hours from here, and so I believe that we may have multiple camps.
So we can move on then. It's one dirty old hermit. Who cares?
Do we make camp here and wait and see if he makes himself seen in the night?
Y'all heard my vote.
My liege?
Yeah, so Baynard's thinking, sorry, like, I know it doesn't make for good radio, but he's really thinking about this situation because it's tough. Like, even Eric's thinking too, like, how I want to proceed. So my thought process is this man basically attacked travelers along a road close to our kingdom. I know it's not our kingdom, but I mean, Baynard's mind, it's still under our protection, and we still have to try to keep these things safe. It's not far from us, so I mean, if he's going to attack us, who else is he going to attack?
And if it helps your decision, you're traveling with a Desna worshiper who won't stand for that at all.
Exactly. Like, I think our minds are aligned on this. Like, this guy is dangerous. I just don't know how we're going to go catch him. I think he's way better at bushcraft than us. Pure and simple. Like, there's no way we can track him. He just seems better at this than us. So I think I'd want to camp a bit away from the tree, and we would just take turns keeping watch and seeing if he comes back. And then if there's nothing shows up in the morning, we head home in the morning. I think that's our best bet.
Okay. Which order would you like to do your watch? Because that's 2-1, so get fucked, Marcus.
None of us have dark vision, huh?
No.
Nope. All a bunch of shitty humans.
Baynard will go first because he's got to get his sleep in for his spells, right?
Sure. Then I will take your perception while the other two figure out where they want to be.
Just a quick question before we get into possible encounters. Connor, do you have the demoralize rules in your brain?
No.
Okay, I'll get those pulled up before we do anything. I found out I have a thing. I can end a combat with a good enough intimidation, and we all have that ability, but I get Inquisitor judgments towards it, and so you can just fuck someone's day up. And so I'm just going to get it up. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to also throw out there, my boar has scent as well, so I'm going to do a perception check for the boar. The boar is going to help me.
Yeah, perfect.
So, like, invisible people, he can smell them. Yep. I did 17. Pygmeer is looking for truffles again. He's worthless. Let's not even talk what I rolled there.
I love that the pig is worse than Baynard.
It's so on point. It's just like, of course.
I believe Marcus is on record saying that even a pig would be better than you.
It was a real low bar, and here we are, limboing under it.
But it's also like it's a level 1 pig, and we're level 4 characters, so it's because I'm a cleric, and I really shouldn't have an animal companion.
Yeah, and it's a dumb pig.
It's a dumb pig.
Question for you, Taylor. Would you rather have the added bonus of the darkest watch for your stealth, or would you rather me take that to improve my negligible stealth?
Doesn't really matter. You have spells, right? Would it be better for you to take the last watch so you can have...
I have spells left over, and after 8 hours of I believe if you take a watch, you still get your spells and stuff back, right?
Nope.
It's up in the air how that works. Rules is written. So okay. If you take the last watch, then for sure you get your 8 hours. And
okay.
So whichever, Liam. If you want the better stealth or you want the last watch,
I'll take the last watch then. Yeah, because I'm seeing Connor shake his head that we're not playing that way, and so with 2 spellcasters now, we should keep that in mind.
Yep. That's the same way we've done it before. So I would continue that. Give me your perception, Taylor.
As a question, I have 3 different perception stats here.
Let's hear them.
There's Perception, avoid surprise, and trap finding.
Um,
And they're all different.
let's go with avoid surprise.
Okay.
Because you're trying to not get jumped on.
Yeah. I don't see shit, because I rolled a 3. Plus 8 is 11.
You have +8? That's insane.
Surprise me, bitch.
It's not a great watch.
Not a great watch.
And that puts Anoran on watch now. No
Okay.
perception.
I want to do perception, then I have one thing I do want to do.
Okay.
My perception is... One of these days I'll see it right away. 19.
19's pretty good. Yeah. What's the other thing you want to do?
I also just want to... I was thinking of doing this. I know this feels a little metagamey, but I want to roll a track search survival. See if he was by while Marcus was on watch.
Sure.
Not because I don't think Marcus did a good job, but because I wanted to see if he showed up in the dark of night and if he's that stealthy. That one is going to be a 27.
Sure. Yeah. There are some footprints that seem fresher than the rest that have come and gone in the night.
I am going to just super quick, because I know Marcus can't, Marcus, it's better that Marcus gets woken up than Baynard. I'm going to wake him up.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
You can return to your rest. I will be returning shortly, but it seems he was here. Perhaps while we are changing watch. His tracks are fresh. I'm going to follow them for no more than an hour, and then I will return. We can stay later if you'd rather get some more rest now or later. But I will be back.
I don't really think wandering off in the middle of the night, early dawn, is a good idea by yourself.
I just want to make sure we can follow his trail later. We cannot let this man still run around the woods if he's going to be accosting travelers on business paths.
To be fair, we killed his cat.
His cat that attacked us out of nowhere, and he would not listen to reason, and so he must be dealt with, whether it is by our judgment or the gods. So I am going. If you choose to, if you'd like to keep watch,
you're a pig-headed fool.
The king
but we
needs
should
his
wake
rest.
everybody and go together. There's no chance. Why go by yourself? You get your ass kicked.
I'm not going to find him. I'm going to find where he went, so we have a new trail in the morning.
All right, go kill yourself. Bye.
Yeah, I'm not letting the king get up without his spells. Unless, Eric, you're like...
Sorry, we lost our DM.
Yeah, out of character. Eric, do you think you'd want to be woken up
No,
and
I
not
need
have spells? Yeah.
I used one of my best ones already on him. Like, he
You
tapped
missed
me
my
out.
best line of the whole show, Connor. And
I'm still here. I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
I was closing my blinds.
Yeah.
Because there's spiders the size of my hands out there.
That's disgusting.
Do you want another survival check to follow those footprints, or
Yes,
is 27? Okay. 23.
23. You're able to follow them to another crossing in a river. But you lose them after that, as always.
Okay. And was that within an hour of travel?
Yeah, about 45 minutes away. You cross over the Merc River again.
Okay. So I get the sense that we're kind of in this... The Merc River seems to go heading from west to east. There's like a little bit of a dip south, and then a big arc north, and then completely turns south. A little kickback like a horseshoe. I picture that he's just very good, like Eric said, with bushcraft. He's got perfect lines through the river. I'll give one more survival on the other side of the river to see if they pick up anywhere.
Sure.
Just a 20.
Yeah, no, you can't find them.
Okay, then I'll head back and let Marcus get the rest of his rest.
I went back to sleep.
Yeah, your day's starting now. You can convey everything you've encountered throughout the night, being Anoran the only one that actually encountered anything.
Congrats, you came back alive.
There was no doubt of this. My liege, I believe you're correct, the hermit is quite skilled. He uses the rivers and the terrain to his advantage. I find that a more organized search party might be needed, or if we could I see two options. We could put a bounty out back at Quelle, or we could seek a favor from our Fae friends, the Dryad and Polly D.
We'll put out a notice to everyone to be careful in this area. We'll put a bounty out for him. I want you to torch the tree.
Is that what I can do?
With a plum.
Whoa. I'm just flabbergasted by Baynard in the last few episodes. You have, almost killed old Beefy. He threatened to hang him.
Beefy.
What he said.
You gotta say the whole thing.
Oh, beefy.
Yeah. It's that guy. He threatened to kill this dude with a noose last time.
Yeah.
And now you're burning his home. What happened
And
to
you
you?
killed his cat.
What happened?
The thing we did, okay, we were walking along and a cat jumped us. Like if you have a wild animal as your pet, you have to keep control of it. If it attacks people and then you attack those people, you're not a good person. Like
This was not a leash-free zone.
when you're dealing with a king, you're never in a leash-free zone. But that's the thing. He threatened, and that could have been a traveler of Kabir. It turned out to be the king of Kabir. Like I can't just let that stuff slide. If someone attacks me, like I have to end them. Like I can't just be like, oh yeah, okay. And Beefy, like he would not take any responsibility or any like pay. He wouldn't pay for those trees. You know what I mean? He just decided they were his trees to take. They belong to someone. He wouldn't even try to negotiate. So, okay, you're going to jail. Like, that's pure and simple. You're going to jail. Like, I'm going to take you. You're ridiculous. Your men tried to kill, like, these other guys. It was ridiculous. Like, that situation was just ridiculous. You're going to jail.
Straight to jail.
Yeah.
Undercooked fish, straight to jail. Overcooked fish, straight to jail.
Sweater when it's hot out, surprisingly. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. It's one of my favorite episodes of Parks and Rec. Okay. You are roughly a day's travel to get home through known paths. You'll pass through the North Rabble expedition where you encountered them previously.
Are they still there? Can I kill them too?
No. They're long gone.
Those fucking gnomes.
Oh wait, sorry. We want to torch the tree. I do say that.
Yeah, we torched the tree.
Yeah, I heard that.
I was just I was gonna see if we wanted to like use spells or just go old school.
Old school.
I think old school works best.
I like the idea of a cutscene where I just say torch the tree and then it shows us like riding on our horses and stuff and the tree's just like fully on fire. That's how I picture that.
I was seeing an Office Space montage where you beat it with a bat first.
I like that.
Okay, so you guys want to head home?
Yeah, I think we need to.
It's
So
been a while.
this square is counted as
Explored, for sure.
explored. Okay.
Yeah, you've been through it twice over now.
Okay. We didn't explore the Scythe River. That's where the Scythe tree was, right? We didn't explore that one, right?
Not
Nope.
fully, no.
Okay, but with this one we have.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go home. Let's get out of here.
Okay. You make it home without any major issues. Again, these are now relatively well-traveled paths, especially since you guys have been in and out repeatedly over the past few months. You arrive to John Hand near the city gate, flagging you down to bring you in for a powwow. Hail! King Baynard and retinue, we have an issue.
Is it the werewolf dude? Because I realized we totally forgot about him.
We did set a
We
thing.
hand waved that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Connor to tell us
Zagu's
it's a
fine.
problem.
He's
now, yeah.
fine. We give him some mutton every full moon. It's been fine.
Yeah, Connor's gonna bug us with that like later.
In a year or so.
Yeah,
when I
in a year or so.
remember.
When we've forgotten, like deep in our souls, we've forgotten.
Suddenly a werewolf outbreak.
What? The whole town.
The whole town, yeah. No. Zagu is fine. We have a new problem.
John Hand, we've been on the road for a while. I got attacked by a cougar, a puma. Like, you couldn't handle it.
That's part of the problem.
What?
You're never home.
Have you seen where we live? There's things out there.
That's fine and dandy.
What's the problem, John Hand?
There's a man in the square talking shit.
Okay,
So throw him in jail.
let's go.
You
see
might
this.
not want to do that.
Let's go see this man. I
This is
cast
gonna be
Dark Skin
fun.
on myself. No, I'm joking.
I'm walking with the long spear like out.
Sure.
He's also aggressive.
You
But he's
arrive
talking shit, apparently.
at the town square, and there is a gathering around
Ooh.
this man who's very clearly orating.
Is it a crazy old dude?
Is it the hermit?
Is it the hermit?
He's come back. He's like,
that'd be
goddamn
amazing.
cat.
no.
Cat was a good cat, and they killed it.
You're not quite to this gathering yet, but you see a large number of citizens, most you don't really recognize, being that it is a growing town, sort of nodding their heads and a few rah-rahs here or there. Yes, Taylor?
I kind of like to break from the group and just kind of blend into the crowd still. Like, I would like to stealth.
Yep, go for it.
Can I give a perception to see if I can hear what the guy's talking about?
Sure.
I'll do that too.
21!
23.
It's going to be 22.
You're all able to hear. Taylor, you blend in relatively well. You sort of pride yourself in being a common-looking man.
Nice.
That's not
slighted at all. Not
that's
I like that he didn't say Marcus prides himself on that.
you know what I mean. Taylor's nothing but common. Face only a mother could love.
Oh. Ow!
Anyways, you are able to hear this man, and I'm just going to start it from the beginning because it's fun for me. Hear ye, hear ye. My name is Samuel Gregory, and I provide free thoughts on these regents who don't appear to be present. This king of yours has left for months on end.
Is this guy a socialist? Did we find communism?
Just wait.
Long live the red flag.
It's clear. Sorry. My name is Samuel. It's clear from the events that have occurred this year alone that these people do not care for you. These people care more for the wild fae, having sent this man back to go to prison for simply doing his job, for allowing a werewolf into this town.
Is that common knowledge? Holy shit.
Who knows what happened to it? Thankfully, the attacks have stopped.
Oh, okay.
But it came here because it was following them.
I would love to have interrupted at some point, if that's cool. I know
I'll let you
you're on
interrupt
it
shortly as you shoulder your way through the crowd.
Yeah.
And he goes, see, here they are now to grace us with their presence.
I'm going to, with an intimidation roll, step up to him and with just like a knock of the spear, not like him, I want to hit the stone and say what I'm going to say.
Sure.
Not a great roll, but I have an amazing intimidation. 20 flat, 13 plus 7.
Okay. What are you saying?
I'm going to say, your king, this regent he speaks of, sent this man back, and gestures he was speaking about Obeefy, as if he was right there. Is he right there?
Yeah, he's not right there, but
okay.
the premise is that this is a known thing.
Yeah.
A group of lumberjacks brought a man tied to a stick.
It makes sense that was a well-known thing. Sorry, what was this guy's name again, Connor?
Samuel Gregory.
He has sent back this man not for foresting in places we are protecting for the Fae. We sent him back for his disregard and endangerment of his employed workers. We dealt with this is a werewolf issue as soon as it had been brought to our attention, and your king tirelessly works to keep you safe. And I'm gonna pause to let Samuel speak.
When he also says keeping these people safe, I'm kind of standing at the edge of the crowd, looking at them all with my mace out, my shield, and I'm just trying to show off my kingly bearing and my kingly strength. I'm willing to, and I'll actually, you know what, Banner's going to talk for a second. It's
sure.
You all know me. I'm a man of few words, but I am willing to step between this city and its inhabitants, step between them and the dangers of the Fae. That is why we travel out, to keep the dangers at bay and to bring civilization and prosperity to Kabir. We do not leave you leaderless. We've handpicked the best of you to help us run this city and this country. John Hand is more than capable of taking care of any situations. And I invite Samuel Gregory. Samuel Gregory, right? That was your Samuel. That's your name?
I have no desire to speak to you at the moment.
When he says that, can he give me a will save?
Sure. What am I aiming for here?
Tell me your number.
No, you
I do
tell
not
me
want
your
you to.
number.
I don't want you to fudge this.
I just need to find where it is on this sheet. 1 second.
Okay. My sheet's not loading, so my PC gen froze.
So it is a 21.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Okay, then nothing
Get
happens.
fucked.
Oh.
So, Samuel, you come to yell at the populace of this fair city, but you won't speak to the king that you have issue with? Are you a coward?
I have issue with the fact that I was still speaking to these people who are in agreement with me, as you can see.
Can I do a sense motive? Like, is the crowd on my side or his side?
Sure.
You want a soapbox, but you don't wish to speak about and fix the things you think are wrong? And I really wish you hadn't failed that fucking will save.
26.
26 for sense motive.
I rolled
it
19.
Seems like a pretty good split right now. It could go either way.
Can I just kill this guy?
Not in a
Come on.
rioting sense, but he starts up again and he says, see, they come to intimidate. They come to force their will upon these people.
Force our will. The king has a keep that he has allowed you to start building up around. He is trying to civilize the land. And I'm just going to look at you, and I want another fucking will save. I'm burning another spell slot on this.
Sure. 20.
Fuck. And so I'm just going to then supplement that with, I would like to roll a knowledge. Would it be local or nobility? Is this guy anybody?
Local will do it.
Local? Okay. 20.
20.
Like, what do I know about Gregory's?
He's very clearly not from this town. He's come from the outside to discuss with the people.
Tell me, Mr. Gregory, where are you from that you bring your outside opinions about how our king runs things?
I see that the attack dog has arrived. She does not scare me, especially in front of all of you people. I know that they know that would end poorly for them.
I'm doing it. Make me another fucking will save. Actually, you know what? I'm going to double check the wording on the spell before I burn a third spell slot on it.
Taylor, what's up?
Is he up on like a crate or something?
He's got a little soapbox. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Then I was going to say, like, not going to try anything, eh? You in the middle of a crowd? You want to die? No. Well, this is all happening. I would like Marcus just to, while moving through the crowd, just kind of be dropping lines here and there amongst the people about the good that we have done. Like, we've cleared out the bandits that were here. We founded Remir. We've established trade with Oleg's. Like, just all around the crowd, just dropping these things in
your propaganda.
Support. Yeah.
Yep.
It's not propaganda, it's the truth.
Informing people of it is still propaganda.
I'll embellish it a little bit, but do you want me to roll anything for that?
No. You're king of the underbelly. That's... I'll let you have it.
Right.
So, yeah, at this point, I'm going to like hold up my mace and I say...
Sure, hang on a second. Liam still had a spell he wanted to do.
So it doesn't work exactly how I think it does. But if... No, okay. So it would have been a two-stage thing if he had failed. If you want to go with, and if you can cut this chunk, if you want to go with something that would be neat, if he does fail, it seems like it's very unlikely. I want to compel hostility.
Oh, I like
what
that.
I was going to do is it's going to command to have him attack Baynard.
Interesting.
Just a subtle one, and then compel hostility as a swift action whenever a creature you see makes an attack against one of you or your allies. As an immediate action, they attack you instead. And so what I was going to do, I was originally just going to do compel hostility, but what I would need to do is command, then compel hostility. But I wanted to, I thought one spell at a time would be a little more subtle.
Yeah.
So again, depending on how you want this, if you want me to do, I can burn 2 more spells, or I can burn 2 spells if it works, or 1 spell if it doesn't.
You're pretty much not going to get them, so I wouldn't waste the time.
Okay.
So clearly you've tried twice, and you're just frustrated with it.
Yeah.
We'll pass off to Baynard then.
Cool.
So Baynard holds up his mace and he says, I think that the people here are in need of a history lesson, I founded Kibber with this mace and with the grace of Erastil. With Erastil's blessing, I single-handedly defeated the Stag Lord. I crushed his skull with this mace. And I'm holding it up for the crowd, and I'm spinning it, like kind of like slowly walking around, sailing in a circle, holding this up. Kibber is my city. With my people, I have brought it out of the wilderness. If you think I'm doing a bad job, then leave.
Ooh.
I would like to incite the crowd, just kind of walking with like, Banner, as he's doing this speech.
Sure.
Yeah.
Liam, anything else?
I'm just, while he makes this speech, I'm going to, without keeping a side eye on Samuel, I'm going to turn my back to him to like shield, buckler at the ready, spear pointed straight up like in a standing position, and kind of just be ready to protect the king.
This brute expects your worship for killing a bandit. He expects your praise for letting you build near him
on land that he owns. Let me say that again.
That he owns.
On land that he owns.
Who owns what? And who gave him the right?
I have heard enough of this. Take your chatter to the taverns or take it somewhere else. You are currently standing on property that is not yours to make a spectacle on. And I've heard enough of this.
On the box says property of Samuel.
That's I love that.
That's fantastic.
He's been told this before, so he brought his own.
I am going to roll an intimidation check if that's cool.
Yeah, please do.
This one is a 23. I'm not like moving at him violently, but I've just shouted him down.
And again, they try to silence us. So be it.
Question for multiple people. How far away are Anoran and Baynard right now?
Within
From
5
each
feet,
other?
I wouldn't have left.
Not of each other, of Samuel.
Oh, at least
We're
10
close
feet.
to him. Yeah, I'm
10
close.
feet.
Yeah.
Talking distance.
Talking distance. But obviously, Samuel's projecting to the crowd.
Yes, he is above standing.
Is he rotating? Is he like spinning and like speaking to...
No, there's not. You can't get behind him.
I was going to say, I'm kind of
You can't
picturing
get
there's
behind.
like
Okay,
a...
that was going to be my next thing. Is it possible for me to circle behind him somewhere and be relatively close?
You would be very easily seen.
Okay. I would still like to move closer to him, but like super casual.
Hey, I'm not gonna stab you. Don't worry about it.
Well, potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to think Marcus, despite all of the kingdom managing, has tried to keep like a super low profile. Like, I don't think he would be.
Well, yeah, your master of spies is absolutely not going to be a well-known individual.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, so like they might know the name, but I'm really doubting, or Marcus wouldn't want his face really known to the public. Like, obviously within the hierarchy of people know him, but like Joe down the street doesn't know who I am.
Yep, no, that's fair. No, I absolutely agree.
Okay, so I would like to make my way very close to Samuel, like as close as I could possibly be without like
arousing suspicion.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'll allow it. You're within 10 feet as well.
I mean, like 5 feet. Like, I want to be close to this guy.
So then you would be at the very front of the crowd and like very front, a step ahead of everyone, essentially.
Okay, I would like to be like the second row back.
Okay.
Like
so about 10 feet.
Okay.
I rolled a perception. I think I noticed Marcus. So I'm going to try to like walk to like the opposite side of the crowd as Marcus.
Would you though? I have a super high stealth.
But you're not stealthy. You're in the front of a crowd.
Yeah,
you're blending, which would imply that it would mean that the people don't recognize you. Marcus, or
I got an 18. Like, do you think I didn't notice you?
Yeah, I don't think you noticed.
You're not hiding though. It's like,
But I'm hiding in the crowd. That's the whole point.
You're hiding in the crowd from the crowd, not from
I was
people
going to say,
that you know.
I would give, if not to tell Connor what to do, but I would give Eric like a familiarity bonus for you, like hiding and being suspicious kind of thing.
Like, he knows your
not being
clothing.
suspicious.
He's been with you for months.
Fine. All right.
To roll off of that, the 23 I got on the intimidation, can I tirade for a second
Sure, yeah.
on him? Yeah, because I'm like trying to, shout him down and then supplement what Eric said.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk to like the far side of the crowd that Marcus is from. I'm gonna holster my mace at this point. I feel like it's not gonna help my cause anymore. Are you yelling at him right now? Sorry, Liam.
I'm yelling at him and I'm gesturing like I'm taking that like anger because he's like trying to silence me. And I'm just gonna, instead of like getting him to stop talking, I'm using that intimidation and then turn to the crowd and like give like kind of turn them against him. Not like to incite violence again, but to just kind of get them to like disperse. As your king has just said, this place was built on the tenets and the backbone of his sweat and Erastil's grace. But when he is out there in the woods, keeping all of you safe, making the trails passable, making it so that your family can enjoy this land without being hounded by bandits, and I'll like shoot a look at Samuel, or the errant creatures that threaten our neighbors, the Fae, he is also doing Desna's will. And when a man who is this godly, no matter his shortcomings and his absences, he is doing more for you than most of you do for yourselves. So I ask you this. He's a stranger who does nothing but speak, going to rally you for no reason, or will you try to oust a man who is doing his best to bring you your best?
The crowd starts to jostle. The split of 50-50 seems to be keeping, and the town guard now steps in to try to calm everything down. They were fine with the spoken protest. They will not abide by any sort of violence in the town square.
Yeah.
You can consider this dispersed at the moment.
I would like to follow Samuel.
I would like to turn to him and like, does he step down from the soapbox?
He keeps his tirade going while everyone's leaving.
Okay. I want to speak to him if it is possible. Like, I want to speak to him quietly, 1-to-1, not necessarily secret from these two, but like, I have a thing I want to do. If
sure.
That's possible.
Diplomacy check.
Before you do that, like as the crowd's starting to disperse, I'm gonna try like give a signal to like Marcus of like, you got this, right? Like I'm gonna like try to make eye contact with him, just like kind of like rub my nose and they're like, you got this guy.
Oh boy, it's killing time.
I don't know if Baynard would want killing, but like I definitely want like this guy captured. Like this, I don't know.
Marcus will see your not so subtle gestures, pretend not to see them while seeing them, and he will again just kind of mingle with the crowd to make it look like he's fucking off wherever, but he's gonna make sure he's within easy following distance of Samuel if he decides to go somewhere. So I don't know if I have to duck into an alley like nearby or something, or across the way or wherever. If he's against a tavern or something, or if he's against a building, if it's a public building, I'll go into that and just be ready to follow him if needed.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I want diplomacy checks from the people that want to talk to him right now.
Oh, shame you guys don't have a high diplomacy, unlike my guy.
I poured a bunch of points into diplomacy because I was sitting on a -2, and so now I have a 4. Because my charisma again is a 7.
7. I have a +7, guys, for my diplomacy.
How are you not the king?
You should be the fucking king. This is ridiculous.
I didn't want to be
Pushed
the
for
king.
this. It's going to happen, though, when we inevitably oust. I want to make an argument. I'm going to roll your diplomacy check, but I am not trying to be diplomatic here. I'm waiting for a moment to give him a hush. Like, not necessarily a threat, but I'm going to continue my intimidation
That's
streak.
fine. Yeah.
Okay. My diplomacy is 12.
Okay.
I'm going to, like, stow the spear at this point. Like, it's back in the...
Sure. And Eric, are you talking to him?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'll let you know. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
I'm kind of just standing back. Maybe I'm probably like flagged down. Whoever the head of the guard is that one of the brothers?
Tarvis, yep.
Tarvis. Yeah, I'm still gonna flight on Tarvis and just like ask him like, what is going on? Like, is the town turning against me? And I'll try to talk to him about stuff. And is John Hand around still? Like, maybe I'll get John Hand close by and just like, I want to know like who this guy is and what's going on. So I'll talk with them while Anoran's talking with.
Let's do that Samuel. Then, just so we can get that information out. Tarvis mentions that there has been some amount of disquiet with the amount of time you've been gone. The people feel slightly abandoned, right? There are things that need to happen in the city that aren't quite happening while you guys are away. And again, just a stream of newcomers and a prisoner and all these things happening sort of makes everyone go, well, why are we here and why are we following this? John Hand says, we are unaware of who this might be, but he's only been here a short while, and he's quite good.
It scares me that John Hand says that. Like, cause, like, shit.
I have 2 points to the thing you just said. One, I just wanted to be, like, to clarify with you, Connor, you've hand waved the Kingmakers, like, the king stuff, but we come back every third week kind of thing. Like,
you haven't.
We're showing up. There was one gap where it was 6 weeks.
This one.
Okay, I just want to make sure that it's not that we've just actually fully like abandoned role play.
No.
And the second,
it's because you are out adventuring.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the second point I want to drive home is like exactly like Eric said, we left people in charge. Like, we are about to sit down and read John Hand the Riot Act. He's not only fucking it up for us, he's siding with the dude, inciting malcontent.
Not siding with him, just pointing out that he has made.
Okay.
He's done a good job of inciting people. Right? Yeah. He's not praising him in any way beyond the fact that it's like, that's some talent. Right? He's a former bandit.
That's fair. He was I always forget that.
You guys are like, we left these great people in charge. It's like this one guy that we captured the first week we were here and didn't kill, surprisingly. He's in charge now. Because we promised him he would be.
He's got the cool voice. Of course you put him in charge.
Cool.
Yeah. It's all you need. My God, all this politicking makes me thirsty.
Yes. God damn these electric sex pants.
If he steps off his soapbox, I'd like to just like, in a way that's probably going to seem a little jarring to him, I want to like hold out a hand, like for a handshake. And have like that moment where like I reach out my right hand, which is kind of uncomfortable because I'm left-handed, and the buckler's on it, so I reach out my left hand. And like it's clear in that moment, like the social engagement is like a little weird, and I want to hope that like diffuses how like angry I was.
He shakes your hand. Yeah.
Well, I have his hand.
Touch spell?
No. Well, maybe. I'm going to put like a good grip on it, not to like hurt him, but can I put intimidation onto what I say next, or should I say it and then?
Okay. You can do whatever you like.
It's only 18, so I've been slowly losing steam as this has gone on.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say, do you prefer to be referred to as Samuel or Mr. Gregory?
Just Sam's going to be fine.
He's suddenly southern. That's going to trip me up like fuck. Samuel, I wish to ask you, would you like to speak one-on-one with the king up at the keep?
Oh, no, I don't particularly care. Thanks, though. And he just walks away.
While I still have his hand then, I'm going, because is this voice change you deciding he has a voice, or his voice has changed?
His voice has changed.
Okay, I'm just going to squeeze his hand. I have his hand. So I'm going to say the touch spell. Do I get any boost to the touch spell?
It's just a touch spell. Try and cast it.
Over 20, 22.
And this is, a touch spell. What is the spell?
I'll just need a fortitude save from you if it hits.
A fort save?
Yeah.
No, what is the spell? It is dependent.
I don't want to... you want to know the actual one? It's brand.
Okay. No, that'll happen. Fort save, I will give you that. Fort save of 17.
I think that beats me by 1. Shit. Okay, so I just squeeze his hand really tight and say, he is hoping that your voice and your demeanor changing does not imply that you are merely here to cause trouble.
Well, a job's a job. And he walks away.
I'm going to hope that Marcus is following him as he says that. I'm dumbfounded by that.
That's amazing. Okay, my money's on the Winter Dolls.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. We used to be noble.
Forgot about them.
So it's not them.
Or he's just tricking us.
He heads off to the tavern.
Following.
Which, yeah, will be where Marcus already is.
Nice.
What would you folks like to do about this?
Well, I'm already in the tavern, so I'm going to wait for him to come in.
Sure, yeah. But I mean, in general, like, you've learned that the people are disquieted, and he has done an effective job of, sowing that negative emotion.
This could be the end of Baynard's adventuring career. Like, I don't know. It's just not sitting well with him.
Are we looking at a new Eric character?
I mean, potentially. Like, I don't know. It's just it's really hard for me to decide, like, how do I get out of this? So I would think I would call like a council meeting with like all of our counselors.
So you'll get to that tonight then.
So yeah, I think Baynard's gonna go back to the castle at this point and wait for Marcus.
Okay.
And I want to call, like I say to John Hand, gather the council. We have a lot to discuss tonight.
We'll get to that later. I'm going to work with Marcus here. Marcus, what would you like to do after this gentleman enters the
bar
tavern?
All right. Obviously, I'd see him enter. Marcus at this point has gotten a ale or something. He's just blending in again. He's just kind of sipping and watching him. He's going to watch for like 5-10 minutes. I assume he sits down at a table or a bar stool or something, or does he go into another room?
Yeah, he grabs a couple drinks and then...
Couple drinks?
Yeah, he goes to the bar, grabs a couple beers, and then just sort of sits in the corner on his own.
I would give it 10, maybe 15 minutes. Maybe, I'll give it a half an hour.
Okay.
Does anybody else approach him?
A number of the townsfolk sort of walk by with a nod or a hear sort of thing as they go by, and he very eloquently, holds up his stein, takes a swig, and just continues drinking.
But no one unrecognizable then?
Sorry?
No one that I don't recognize as being from Kabir?
Yeah, nothing that
fishy.
stands out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'll get up, grab another couple drinks from the bar, and I'm going to approach him, sit down, and hand him a drink.
Okay.
Hail.
Well, hail, friend.
That was some speech you were making out there.
Thank you. I feel that I give voice to the people.
I'll say, you were voicing a lot of concerns that I had.
I don't doubt that, friend.
When you brought up the fact that they're just gone all the time, I don't even know if I could recognize them if you hadn't pointed them out.
Well, I think the king is quite noticeable based on his size and demeanor, and the fact that he regularly brags about killing that bandit.
I mean, yeah, I knew him, but I didn't know that other chick that was with him.
I must say, I didn't either, but it was quite obvious that they were together.
Yeah. And what made you stand up and give voice to all this? I'm in awe of you.
Oh, well, thank you. I just felt that it was time. Enough people had mentioned to me that they were upset with the way this kingdom was being run, and we needed to speak in public about it.
Yeah, there's others. Where have you met them?
Around town, much like yourself here. They come to me, they speak to me.
Wow. So you live in Kabir?
I do at the moment, yes. I'm staying at this inn.
Huh. That's something. Where else have you been? Where did you come from before?
His name is Cotton Eye Joe.
I'm glad you said it. I was about to like start singing. Where'd you go?
Well played, and I'm proud of you.
He narrows his eyes slightly.
Can you me do a bluff?
No. And he says, well, friend, I do appreciate the time and the drink. Thank you very much. I hope to speak with you again, but I will be turning in for the night.
Turning into what?
A bear.
No. So, at that point, I guess I've adopted this friendly awestruck villager persona. I'm going to drop that.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to be like, Samuel, that's your name?
Yes, friend Samuel.
Let's drop the friend. My name is Marcus. I don't know if you've heard of me.
Ah, well, shit.
Listen, I don't really give a shit about who you are. I want to know who put you up to this. And I'll pay for that. Because everyone does everything for a price.
Mm-hmm. I will need a diplomacy check from you. And I want to know what your...
Or intimidation.
Diplomacy.
Well, I rolled a 17 plus 7 for 24.
It's pretty good. What is your bribe?
I will drop 50 gold on the table.
Well, friend, I don't think that you're in good standing here.
Well, no, that's why people don't know who I am.
Which is fine and dandy, but I don't want your money.
What do you want, then?
For you to leave.
I'm perfectly willing to leave, but I would like to know why.
I don't discuss the details.
All right. I'll leave the 50 gold on the table. I'll get up and I will leave.
All right.
Marcus, no, you've killed for boots. I'm also picturing a narrative here where we come to the secret. No one knows Marcus, but he then assassinates Baynard and usurps the throne as like the hero of the people.
Yeah, the people's champion.
Yeah.
As I exit, I would like to make it very obvious that I've gone out and left, but I would like to actually scale the building and watch to see if he leaves, or like, how big is the tavern? Like, is it like...
Call it a 5-bed tavern.
5-bed tavern. Okay. I would still like to scale the building, and I would like to try and make note of when he leaves the tavern area, goes to his room, or if he exits, or if I see anyone else kind of come in that's shady looking. I'll spend the whole night here, like, to do this.
You're pretty much going to be doing that. He will be leaving in the morning.
So he just goes up to bed. Like, no
fanfare, no nothing.
Okay. Part of me wants to sneak into his room and kill him.
Honestly.
You've followed him to where he is. It is a possibility. But
it's not him. Like...
All right, Taylor. It's just you and me.
I'm actually so torn. I think I'm going to sneak into his room. That is going to happen. Like, I'll wait till Marcus feels confident that he's gone to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I will sneak into his room.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
That is a natural 19 plus 11.
That is very good.
That is very good.
Yeah, you're in the room.
Okay. With my stealthiness, is there any obvious things left out, or is there like a couple drawers that I could like peruse, or bags or anything that he has that I could rifle through quickly to see if there's anything hinting about anything about this guy?
He's got he's living here. He's here at least semi-permanently. There is nothing, there's no like cookware or anything. It is just a bedroom.
Yeah, that's it.
So like he's obviously got enough money to stay and to look after himself. He is a larger man, so he's not starving by any means.
Yeah.
He's got okay clothes on, nothing crazy. Okay clothes in the drawers. And there are a couple of small instruments as well. Like musical instruments.
Okay, so I could infer that he's possibly like a wandering minstrel or a bard.
Could be.
So to speak. Okay. As a very real question, as a bastard son of a noble, do I recognize him as a court bard of any kind?
No, you would not know this guy.
Okay.
Actually, hang on. Where you were bastard of Restov, right? Or Revoy?
Yeah. The Fallen House. I think it's Revoy.
This Brevo is the city, so like you're from the north, essentially. So yeah, you definitely would not recognize this guy.
Okay. But can I recognize his mannerisms as court bardish? Like I may not recognize him, but noble bard kind of
he
thing.
Feels sort of sleazy. Obviously.
That's most bards.
And being a bard is sort of obvious. There's nothing that really indicates what kind of sleaze, though.
Just that general kind of sleaze you can get from people. And I don't find any written missives or notes of any kind, nothing.
No.
Okay. Fuck's sakes.
It's a very easy kill.
It is a very easy kill, and I don't know if Marcus is that much of a bastard, though.
I don't know.
Like, this guy hasn't really threatened me.
He hasn't threatened you, no? He is threatening the stability of your home.
Is it my home? Do I care that much?
You've been here for 1.5 years. You've worked to found it. You encourage the seedier parts of it.
Seedier parts of it. Like, I may not run the underworld, but I definitely have a lot of connections in it. I don't think I can kill him.
Okay.
I can't. I think I would like to definitely leave a not so subtle reminder of possibly what I can do. Like maybe just leave a dagger on the bedside table or something. Like I will leave a note.
Okay.
With, I'll go with the classic thing, stuck in the door with a dagger or whatever.
Mm.
Just saying that every person wants something when you're willing to talk. And I'll mention, I don't know, a park or something that to meet me at.
Sure. I mean, the Winchell Park.
That one. I'll leave the window open as I leave.
All right.
And that'll be it. Like, I can't kill him. He hasn't threatened me. The bandit that I killed, we fought him. Roxanne, again, we fought her.
Mm-hmm.
Baynard has threatened me, but he's supposedly my companion.
Sure.
I guess I haven't felt threatened by Baynard.
That's fair.
So this guy hasn't threatened me with bodily harm, we'll say.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave him alone.
Yeah. Everybody's back. So Marcus and I have done our thing, and we will now go to the the council meeting that Marcus is conspicuously not present for. Okay. Hear ye, on this, the 4,000th day.
John Hand, I'm sorry. I'm tired. I've been on the road. I'm dusty. Thank you all for coming. What's going on with our city? I want you all to be clear. I don't feel like I'm more important than anyone in this. We are all running this place together. What has happened? Where have we gone wrong? What can we do?
Well, Baynard.
John Hand, just sorry. I just want to thank you for all the hard work you do, and you've become a trusted friend over this last year, and I just thank you. But sorry, continue.
Thanks for not killing me.
It's I'm happy every day that I didn't.
Back to business. The people are simple, and while we understand that a council can effectively run a kingdom, they need a figurehead. And they need a figurehead that is more present than you've been.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that I want to be king, but we won't do that today. I think just simply don't go so far away. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep bringing back the spoils of war. But for the love of God, show your face sometimes. And Travis, the slightly less southern voice, who is still at odds with Anoran over the fish incident, says, I damn well told you that this would lead to class wars. And here we are with, I don't want to say the lower class, but the common folk are upset with the upper class, as all things tend to be. And I can't keep those voices straight. So the people are upset, and understandably so, especially with someone here riling them up. The major concern is that this man needs to be dealt with. The council agrees wholeheartedly that they don't want shit to go south. They are all invested in this.
Does that mean
endeavor.
Micmac made it? Did he ride in?
Micmac is here, yep. Micmac, your liaison with the kobolds. He seems less childish than the last time you saw him. It has been quite a year. He holds himself a little taller.
He's wearing
Does he have
nice
a cape?
robes.
Please tell me he has an awesome cape.
He's not wearing a cape, no. No cape.
He should have a cape and a cool hat.
He's draped the cape over his
He is wearing the skull of a mite.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that's his helmet. He speaks.
Grab a drink with him later.
Yeah, he definitely speaks. We have great news about fucking kobold drinks. He speaks of the kobold settlement, the Sootscale Caves, and he notes that everything's gone great, right? They're happy to have this kingdom nearby, and he actually brings news of other courtships and other places working to ingratiate themselves with the Sootscale kobolds.
Is he proposing to the king?
No. But he does say that he's likely to come with a message of greeting and invitation soon. The kobolds... we'll get back to that. We're dealing with a council meeting.
Yeah.
So you've got Oleg here. He happened to be in town, which is great. And Oleg, with his new hound in tow, sitting at the end of the table. This is his new pet dog. This is the Ruski Husky. And Ruski is very keen on the chicken at the table. He notes that the finances have stabilized quite well in your absence. They've been able to use the farming surplus to get the coffers back to an acceptable level. Really, you're just going to get your update here because everyone knows what the problem is. It's a matter of dealing with the problem. And the problem is this guy fucking shit up right now. That'll be up to you to determine how you want to deal with that.
Yeah, so I'll probably have I'll turn to Anoran and just say, Anoran, can you tell the council what this man said to you as the crowd was dispersing?
This Samuel Gregory, he turned to me once the crowd was not listening to him and his voice changed. He took on an accent that I was unfamiliar with, a full change in demeanor, and mentions that he had been hired to do this. Now, I feel as though, and she looks like super uncomfortable talking to this many people, with everything that has been said being with a fractal of truth, and him pointing out that I have taken on a bit of a position of, as he said, an attack dog. I'm not sure how we are to handle this. If we go after him, hired or not, we suddenly cement what he has said, and the only other option I can think of is we let him say what he says and prove him wrong by... And I'm just going to look like, with like baleful, rueful eyes at the king and just say like, that he stays.
I have a lot to think about. My first question to the council, do you think I feel like he's painted us into a corner. Do you think we are safe to send guards and arrest him tonight and question him about his possible employers? Or does Anoran said, does that just prove his point and make us look the villains?
He's played us masterfully.
So Tarvis and John Hand both have input on that one. John Hand going, I told you he was good, didn't I?
You're right, Johnny, you're right.
He is quite capable.
My intention, as when I spoke with him privately, was to have him come to the keep and attempt to persuade him
now,
in my own way.
I will
join us.
tell you that we have attempted to speak with him surreptitiously. However, he's not keen on talking to us without people present. And that's obvious because he's afraid we're going to kill him. Well-founded fear. We do have a history. Now, I wouldn't be opposed to arresting this man for questioning. I believe that that is an acceptable risk to take. Some of the citizens may not take too kindly to that, but they're not going to take too kindly to anything we do with this man. So, by not killing him outright, we might have a chance to expose what's going on.
Perhaps this is an alternative. Again, we allow him to feel he has outmaneuvered us. We do exactly the opposite of what he's expecting. We do nothing to him. We have the king sit throne and be here. Do what the people want, since that is what he is signed up for. And I am to take it, as I kind of like look around the table, by the lack of presence of our spy masters, that perhaps more intelligence is being gathered, and we can make a new decision based on that. But I apologize. My thoughts are not straight.
Baynard stands up and he interrupts and just, okay, I think we've talked this situation to death. Let's move on to other council business. Bring in some drinks. We'll wait for Marcus's return. He'll have some information for us. And I'll make a decision in the morning, whether I'll continue being on my current path or if I will, put away my traveling boots. I'll be talking with all of you over the next few days, but let's try and enjoy each other's company, and we'll just move on to other council business, and we'll wait. Let's see. We don't have all the information. Let's wait for the information. And Baynard sits down and he's flustered.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Taylor, what's up?
Just after I leave that tavern,
Soaked in blood, I assume?
Marcus would like just to kind of troll other taverns and just speak.
Yeah, I figured you were going to do your spy mastering.
Yeah.
So he's gone all night, we can imagine?
Yeah, you're not going to see him till the morning.
Okay.
However, Micmac is very excited. He hears bring out the drinks and he goes, sweet Jesus, do I got something for you?
Hit me with it, babe.
They roll in a huge barrel.
No.
And on the barrel is the stamp of the soot scale kobolds and a tap on the bottom.
Fucking fire whiskey.
And this is the newly minted kobold brewery that's been established in the city. And they are very proud of their beer. Very, very proud.
That's awesome.
It's very high alcohol content and may have rat bones in it.
Yes. Absolutely correct.
Do they have like a name for their brewery?
I wrote it down somewhere and I haven't found it.
I'm trying to think soot scale. It's just like soot scale IPA, and they're like, what does IPA stand for? And they go, IPA. Because they say IPA as they stir.
That's perfect.
I was thinking that they would do like a whiskey beer because it's fire.
And like they're out in the plains too, so there'd be some nice wheat growing out there.
Yeah, for sure. So again, it's now like a staple of the Quebec economy is this brewery.
And it's probably helped like ingratiate the kobolds to the like common folk.
Yeah, I mean, you guys setting up that diplomacy early on was very good. And it allowed, again, like the people aren't used to
monsters.
They're not used to, wild creatures acting like they do, right? And having jobs and doing stuff.
Just a little kobold with a hat and a briefcase. He's like, Deborah, as he's walking to work. Hey, Jerry, how's the wife?
And they're just so surprised that these creatures make such good fucking beer, and they're stoked.
Ooh, how about the Stoked Flame Brewery?
No. I think just the Kobold Brewery is fine for now.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys have your little
Talk about other council meeting stuff. Yeah.
finances are better.
I'm going to get my cousin like just plastered. That's my plan.
He's going to fuck another chicken.
The hound will not be so fond of the chicken when he's done with it. And like slap him on the back a little too hard.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good joke.
Did that stay in the episode?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. This one will. So like
Chicken fuckers.
Yeah. Gross. Marcus, when do you want to approach Baynard? Do you want it to be the next morning after everybody's woken up? Do you want to come to him in the night?
If it's any possibility, if it's going to be late night in the morning, I do want to speak to the king alone after those meetings.
Yeah, you guys will have that for sure.
Okay.
Depending, obviously, when Taylor gets back, but
I assume I'm gonna roll in like early dawn stuff. Like I'm out the whole night.
Did we want to talk with Liam first?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like after the meeting, like once there's been a couple drinks, I want there to be a conversation between.
Sure. Go for it.
So like I imagine like once you go back to your room, you get like the knock, and it's always a little too loud, just like just very coarse.
And Anoran, is that you?
How did you know?
You just, no one knocks. Like, you come on in, take a seat. And like he just like I sit at the end of my bed, I'm just like rubbing my feet because like they're sore from the road.
I know you told the council that you are going to make your decision in a few days, but I wanted to know where you were leaning.
If we can't figure out who hired this Samuel Gregory or whoever he may be, if we can't figure it out, I'm going to have to stay in Quebec. I can't let this city, this kingdom, fall into disrepair. I mean, it was Rascal's will that I helped build this. It was Rascal's will that I slayed this stag lord and that I'm here. I can't just let it go.
She's gonna like pinch at the bridge of her nose and realize that she's in her left hand. She's got like a pretty worn, battered piece of paper, and she just like pinches the bridge of her nose. And as you said, she says, "I was worried about this, Baynard. When I came here, do you remember when I came here?"
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit foggy. My memory was a bit foggy, but it was a busy period. But I mean, yeah.
She's emphatically kind of like waving this letter. She says, "I was urged." The last line of the page in my hand says, "Haste over caution." And I found myself, when you assured me that the elf I was looking for, this pylon person, that when he had gone off on his own, that he would return to you, that you were his best friends, that you were companions that he would not abandon. And somehow in keeping next to you and waiting for him to return, I managed to waste a year. I could have been searching. And now you tell me that you want to come off the road. And I struggled to figure out what this is all for.
With her mentioning pylon, I walk over to like the dresser in my room and I pick up the tusk that's made into an instrument for me. Like I like hold it like I'm about to like play it, and then I think better of it and I put it down. It's like, Pylon is going to be back. I'm his favorite person in the world.
He's a fucking drow. You know that, right?
Of course I know that.
You know what his people do, right?
Pylon isn't his people. He's my friend. And he'll be back one day. If you need to talk to him that badly, it's worth the wait. Plus, look at all the good that you've helped us do here.
Clearly not.
Look at all the good that you've helped us do here. We're building something here, Andrew, and you're part of that. And I can't imagine Quebec without you. Like, you're important to what we're building here.
So whatever it is that you're building here is on sand. This hill and this keep may be sturdy, but if one hired goon can turn all of the people around you against you, to the point where your closest advisor, well, staying true to you could compliment him in such a way that this fucking bandit as well. The company you keep is so strange to me.
It's all by Erastel's will. Erastel has brought me to all these people. Erastel has brought us all together as a family. We don't turn our back on each other. John Hand has been with me since before the start. We have trusted him since the beginning. He helped lead us to the Stag Lord. You say this place was built on sand. It wasn't. It was built on blood. We took this from an evil and we built it into something good, and that's not going away. And if I have to stay here to protect that, that's what I will do.
That Samuel is making is that if they are your family, you're turning your back on them by leaving them constantly. I do not worship your hunter god. I worship the goddess of the trails.
Goddess of dreams. What is that?
Travel, dreams, hope, stars. The lady is much more than sitting in a room and making decisions. I could do more traveling around, and I thought you could do more traveling around, but if you are so convinced that this here is your family, then are you not arguing their own point by leaving? Repeatedly? Constantly?
You know why I leave. I leave to keep the dangers at bay and to find new opportunities for my people. Maybe I should stay.
I want that to stop right there. Your conversation's over. Anoran, you leave in a huff. Baynard, you fall asleep angry and drunk.
Yeah.
And
100%.
You are woken in the morning by a loud thud and Marcus sitting beside your bed.